And look, y'all, I got a red tomato already. Good morning, and welcome back to the community garden. I'm out here super early in the morning. It's 8 o'clock on the nose, and I'm the very first person to even show up at the community garden today. It's been 1 week since I was last in the community garden, and we did quite a bit of work, and you can see that the weeds never left. So let me show you where we are, and then I'm going to show you some of the things that we're going to get into today. This was our onion plot, and it looks like there might be an onion or two still in there. We've had rain since the last time I was here. The beans are trying to come up. All of our cardboard, y'all, it's been blown all over the place, but we're going to rectify that today. In the front right here, I planted melons, and I saw one somewhere. Where is it? There he is, trying to peek his little head through right there, and it's only been a week. So that's about right. I planted cucumbers here, and they are starting to peek their little heads up as well. There's one. There's another one over here, right there. So cucumbers are coming up. The hot peppers survived. Yeah, there's a pepper on one of those. There's a pepper. Now these hot or spicy peppers are the ones that I grew indoors over the winter, and they were extra plants. We put those out. These sweet peppers are the ones that we purchased from one of the big box stores. The yellow squash right here, it's looking good. Look at that yellow squash, y'all. The okra is still doing really well, but there's still lots of weeds out here, y'all. Lots and lots of weeds. And in the very back right here, y'all, that's supposed to be corn. And I see corn. The question is, how much of it is mine versus what's growing wild? So we're going to leave it. We're going to see what happens to that corn. But on this side over here, the green beans are actually doing really, really well. And these are provider beans, and provider always do really well for me. And then another little plot of okra over there. But you can see that the cardboard is not where it belongs. But I got all my little staples and everything that's going to take care of that. The tomato plants are getting healthy. Let's find the one. Yeah, it's the one that I chopped up last week. It might survive. But we do have tomato plants. We're going to get the cages on those and while we're out here today. So we are going to keep right on moving. And look, y'all, I got a red tomato already. I believe this is a micro dwarf tomato that I've put out here because it's staying super small. We won't need a cage on that one. And it looks like there's some other dwarf tomatoes as well as some indeterminate or tomatoes that vine and get really big. But there are lots of blooms. Tomatoes are looking good across the edges. So let's get out here and get busy. So I went ahead and grabbed a stash of my fabric, this woven fabric that I use in my garden back home in the main garden space. So I grabbed some of that, and we're going to use that versus trying to use boxes, especially down this middle path. Y'all, that sun is so bright. But through this middle path here, I'm going to try to use as much of that as I can. And then we'll use the cardboard on the side. So that's the first thing I'm going to get into today. And then we'll do some other cleanup. But let's do that first. So I really didn't want to use this weed fabric because, one, y'all, it's expensive. And for this to be a temporary space versus, at home where I can put it down and leave it for 10 years, the quality is really, really good. And I really hate to put it out here and then, we don't get this plot next year and then I've lost all the money of this very expensive, heavyweight weed fabric. But Y'all, I don't want to have to keep fighting weeds. So it is what it is. And this is what we're going to use. So let's see if, I think this is a 6-foot piece too, if I remember correctly. And it comes in rolls, and I just rolled off a whole bunch so I didn't have to manage the whole roll out here. But hopefully I rolled off enough. Y'all, let's see how good I did. You couldn't ask to get closer than that, y'all. That's pretty close. Look at that. I got lucky. I got lucky. That was perfect, y'all. Look at that. Whew. The one thing I didn't want to have to do was have to cut it, because this stuff is hard to cut. So I think we're in good shape, y'all. We're in good shape. I'm not going to have to cut. I'm going to do one little cut down here in the front to take that piece down there. But other than that, y'all, we're in good shape. All right. Oh my goodness. My gardening friends are going to be so happy because we thought we were going to be out here fighting weeds today, y'all. And the only thing I'm fighting is fabric, and I can deal with that. All right. Look at that. Don't it look good? I got Alicia out here with me. She's over here hanging out under the tree.
Hi.
You know, she came prepared this time, y'all. She got her chair, she got her snack, she got some toys hanging out under the tree. Over here under the tree, y'all, we found wild garlic growing. We found garlic scapes that had already straightened out, so it was hard-neck garlic. And yeah, there's garlic growing up under this tree. Not that we're gonna mess with it or anything, but the fact that there's garlic out here. We also found a potato bed, it looks like in a compost pile. So, I mean, we can tell that there are people who love to garden out here. And so I'm seeing the remnants of some of their work. So anyway, let me get back out here and finish putting this paper down. And once I get it down, I'll swing you back around so you can see what few weeds we still have to worry about today. Okay, y'all, I got the paper down, y'all. It was perfect. And I only had a couple strips left. And with those couple strips, I took care of some of those walking owls. I moved some of the cardboard around, y'all, because we can't be working on weeds every week. I can't spend the whole time out here just working on weeds. But I got my tiller out here. I tried to go around the different areas. And then Miss Hannah showed up. Here's Miss Hannah. She showed up and she brought, oh yes, and Miss Alicia's working too. And she brought all of my tomato cages from the first community garden from last year. So we started putting the tomato cages up. Let me just take you with me. So I went around the edge of this bed here. This is where my melon's supposed to be, but they haven't all come up. So I was trying to be careful. So I just went around the edge of this bed and I went around all of my tomato plants, and I only chopped up one that I believe. But anyway, we went around the tomato plants and then we installed the tomato cages. Now, you know, in my home garden, I don't like to use tomato cages, but hey, you got to use what you got in the community garden. And since I'm freestanding, I don't have room to be putting cattle panel trellis up and all that kind of stuff, or the money, because it would just take too much. We're going to use the traditional tomato cages for all of the tomatoes this year at the community garden. So we went around all of them. We got 3 tomato cages up right here. And then I had to skip a few areas, Ro. I skipped a few areas because micro dwarf tomatoes don't need cages. So we didn't put cages on those. And I don't know if this one over here is going to be a micro dwarf or not. So I didn't put one on that one or the next one. And then we skipped down to this one down there. But I went around everything. We even went around some of our squash. I made sure that I put a staple in all of the cardboard so it doesn't fly away. We came over to our pepper plants. It's starting to rain on me, y'all. And we made sure we put some type of staking in for the pepper plants as well. But I just wanted to show you The weeds will not win this year. We will not let them. Went around the squash and just tried to do as much as I could around the vegetables that we have. Again, y'all, we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for vegetables to take back to the house. And if this process will get them for us, I'll take it. And I consider that a win. But here we are. Alicia's cleaning up the tiller for us so we can get it back in the car. We got one more box to put out. And then we were going to water, y'all. But I don't know how much watering I'm going to need to do since it's raining on my head right now. But y'all, that's it. This is the weekly update from the community garden. We didn't add any new vegetables this week. All we did is continue to work on the weeds, get some fabric down so I don't have to work on the weeds, and just check in on everything. So that's it for this week. And I'll see you back here again next week for next week's update. Talk to you again real soon. Bye.